Hello everyone. Now we are going to look at Java swings. Java swing is a part of Java foundation classes, which is a set of graphical user interface components which simplify development of desktop applications. Java swing is introduced in the year 1997. Before that, there is already abstract window toolkit AWT. And Java Swing is built on top of that AWT. Yeah. So Java Swing is very much helpful in developing desktop applications. Just like you can see this pop-up here. This is the result of Java Swing uh, program. So you can see here a frame, and there is a button which is named as click. Okay. So to develop this kind of uh, desktop applications, we are going to use Java Swings, which is built on top of Abstract Window Toolkit, uh, which is a part of JFC, that is Java Foundation Classes. Okay, so here, uh, before we start uh, going through the programs of Java Swings, we'll see components and containers. As the name itself says that uh, component is an independent visual control. Say for example, button, slider, label. Here we have a button here. So this is the component. Okay, so they are called as independent control, visual controls. And containers. Containers means which are going to hold the group of components. Which are going to hold the group of components. So here there is a button which is in the frame. So this overall, this particular pop-up is called as a frame. So now frame is the container, this button is a component. So in within one frame you can have multiple number of components like button. Okay. And one container can be within another container. Okay, that is also possible. Means one container can hold another container. So very simply, component is an independent visual control, just like a button here, and container is the uh, one which will be holding multiple number of components, and one container can be a component for another container. Okay, and Swing applications create containment hierarchy with a single top level container. It means that at any Swing application, it will be having one top level container. Within that, you can have multiple containers, and within those containers, you can have multiple number of components. And Swing components are derived from J component class. Okay, there is a class called as J component. J stands for Java. J component class is there. Within that, all the components are present, and with some exceptions are there. Means some top level containers like J frame. This one, this overall, this pop-up is called as a J frame. Okay, and that is not present in the J component. Okay, like J frame, J applet, J window, J dialog. These are not present in the J component class. Remaining all the components are present in the J component class. Okay. And all the component classes starts with the capital letter J. Okay, stands for Java. And there are two types of containers. One is a top level containers which will not inherit J component, just like a J frame. And some other containers are called as a lightweight containers which will inherit the J component class. And we have two very important features of Swing. Since we already had AWT, that is abstract window toolkit. On top of that, swing is built. So now certainly swing will be having more advantages compared to AWT. So in that, very important two features are the components of swings are lightweight. That is very important. And another one is uh, swing supports pluggable look and feel. Okay, that is another important thing. And there are swing packages are there, namely accessibility package, swing component package, and bean info package, border package, event package. So whenever there is a requirement, we are going to make use of those packages. Okay, and each package is having its own purpose. And for the first one, accessibility package is it's very much relevant and useful for the disabled people, the people who are not able to see, the people who are not able to access visually the uh, things particularly. And all the remaining things are packages are very much useful for the development of applications. And we very generally we are going to make use of extended Java Swing package that is called as a JAVAX dot swing. That is Java X dot swing. X stands for extended. Okay, and we'll see this one. This is the example, first example swing application which is executed, and it looks like this. And we are going to look at the program of that. So this is a program here. Okay. Now, once you execute this one, you are going to get this particular pop-up. Okay. Now we'll see that. See, very first we are going to import Java X dot swing. This is what I said. This is a very useful package, and all the classes within that we are going to make use of that. So that's why star stands for all. Okay. Now we are having a one public class named as a first swing example. Within that class, we are having a main, okay, main function, and within that, what we are going to do, we are creating a instance of JFrame. So where JFrame is the container. So this overall pop-up is called as container. So we are creating a instance of JFrame. Okay. Then after that, here we have a button here. Okay. Now for that, what we need to do, we need to create a instance of JButton. So this is the component. This is the container. Okay. Component is present on container. And here within a parenthesis, we are giving a name to that. Means once we have a button, see here also click is there. Here click is there because we have given that name here. Okay, so here we have created an instance of a frame. Here we have created an instance of a button. Okay, then after that, button should have a coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate, and its width and height. See here, this first value is x axis coordinate value. This is y axis value, and this one is a width value. Okay, this one is width value from here left hand side corner to the right hand side corner, and 20 is for height. Okay, this one height from below to top. So this is x axis from here to here, and this is y axis from here to here. This is the width and this is height. That value we are going to give with the help of this set bounds with respect to b. B is nothing but instance of j button. Then we have a instance of a frame. We have a button, and we have given the name to that button, and we have a coordinates and width and height of that button. Then we need to add that button on top of frame. So that's why f dot add. Okay, for the f we need to add b. B is nothing but button. So now we have done that. Then after that, we need to set the size for this particular frame. To this particular frame, we are going to set the size. See 400 comma 500. So 400 is width, 500 is height. Then after that we have f dot set layout. Okay, we need to set the layout for this complete frame. Okay, as of now we have given null. There are flow layout, grid layout, like that. There are different layouts are there, but as of now we are not making any one of them. So we keep it as null. Then after that, whether that frame has to be visible or not. Yes, it has to be visible. Okay, so now set visible within parenthesis we give true. So it is going to be visible once it is executed. See here, all these are f dot, f dot, f dot add, f dot set size, f dot set layout, f dot set visible. So it means we are all doing these things for the frame and this one for button. Okay, the button is prepared and that will be added. Then frame will be set size, layout and visibility. Now once we have done this one, okay, import this one class main function. Within that we have created instance of frame, button instance, button coordinates, adding that button on the frame, setting the size for frame, setting the layout for frame, and it has to be visible. After doing this one, okay, we are going to execute. Okay, now what we do, for that what we do, command is java c, compilation command java c, and name of the program dot java. This is compilation. Once it is compiled successfully, then what we do, we write java and again the program file name. Now we got this here. This is the simple example for Java Swing. Now, if you want to make some changes, see this one here, there is no title for the frame. Okay, here in this place, there is no title for the frame. Now, if you want to give some name to that particular frame, what we need to do here, by creating the instance of the frame, we give the name to that one. I call it as example. Okay. And if you want to change rather than click, if you want to make it as submit, then do that. Okay, now I will say, I close this and I close this. Okay. And one more time compile. I will execute. See here. Here earlier there is no name to the frame. Now the example came here, and earlier it was a click here. Now it is submit. Okay, like this you can do. Okay, and we'll see a few more examples. Okay, as per the syllabus, we have some examples. Label, we'll see. Label, label we have. Okay, see here. Here, along with the Java X Swing, we are already included this Java dot AW. Okay, so again we have created one class, and as a label example, we have a name. Within that name, we have frame instance, JFrame instance, and we have given the name to that label example that will be on top of the frame. And we are creating 3 instances of the JLabel class. See here, just like variable L1, L2, L3, we have created 3 instances of 3 variables of this particular JLabel. Now here we initiated. See, L1 equal to new J label, and that label name is nothing but first label. Okay, and that label has to have x coordinate, y coordinate, its width and its height. Okay, and again second label, its name is second label. Again it has got its coordinates. Third label name is third label L3 and its coordinates. And since earlier we had only one button, we added. Now here you can see that there are three labels are there, and we are going to add three labels. So f dot add L1, f dot add L2, f dot add L3, and frame size we are going to set like this, width and height, and set the layout. See, earlier we have given in the previous example, we have given it as null. Now we are making use of a particular layout called as grid layout. Grid layout is nothing but it's a table-like structure, rows and columns. So here we have two rows and two columns. Okay, and whether it has to be visible or not, yes, it has to be visible. Now we are going to execute this one and we'll see. So there are three labels, first, second and third, and they have to be displayed in terms of two rows and two columns. We'll see that. Again, Java C compilation command dot program file name dot Java, and it is successfully compiled, and we'll execute that to Java and program file name, and see, this is the output. So label example was the here. Label example is the frame name that is here, and there are three labels: first label, second label, and third label. Yes, first label, second label, and third label. See how they have displayed. This is first row. This is second row. Since there are only three, so second row is having only one element. If there is a fourth label, that will come here. Okay. So first row, second row. In first row, we have two columns, first label and second label. Second row, again two columns are there, but only one value, since we don't have fourth column. Okay. If you don't want to make use of the grid layout, and if you just make use of null, okay, you see by default how it looks like. Okay. Save this. Close. And this one also. Java, again the same. Compare one more time. Here there is a overlap of those second and the third label, since we have not changed the coordinates of second and third label. Since the coordinates of L2 and L3 are same. Okay. Y coordinates here. First label is x value is 50, y value is also 50. Second one, x value is 50. This is 100. Means 50 points the difference between first label and second label. But for this second and third label, both are at the same y value. So that is the reason there is overlap in first and second and third label. If you want to make it change on 50, so things will change. Okay. We will go back. So every time we do changes, we'll compile. Okay, now you can see there is no overlap. So x-axis value remains the same, but y-axis value, it is at 50, it is at 100, it is at 150. Okay, so these are the labels. Whatever printed on screen, like the first level, second level, third level. They are labels, since you can see here, they are out of creating an instance for JLabel class. Okay. Then after that, uh, we have a one. Then we have a J button, Java button example. J button example. Okay. See here. Okay. We have a class button example. We have created a this one main created instance of a button frame class. And the frame name is the button example, and button is instance is created. Its name is given as click here, and the button coordinates we added that button. This one is frame size is 400 and 400 width and height, and this is layout, and here we are making it as visible. It is as same as the previous one. Uh, the first example what we have seen, the same thing is here. Okay, see button example, the frame name is button example, and here uh, click here is the button name. Okay, the button, and okay, here one more button example, but there is a difference between the previous one. See here, here we have a text as button name. Click here. If you want to, rather than having a text here, if you want to have a image in this place as a button, okay, then you can go for making use of this kind of program. Here you can see here we have a class button example 2, and we have a constructor for that class. See here, okay, constructor. Within that constructor we have created a reference instance of a frame, then instance of a J button. And while creating an instance of a J button in the previous example, as we can see here, button example here, while creating an instance of a button, here we have a given a name for the button. Click here, that is printed here. Okay, but now what we want to do is, rather than text, we want to have a image in that place. So that is why new image icon we are creating a, within that J button instance, we want to have a image icon, and we need to have that image, and that the path of that image has to be given. Okay, so D drive in this folder, this is the name of the uh, image. If you are having Java file and the image in same folder, then this much is not required. You can directly just give 2.png. Since I have it in a different folder, so that's why we need to give the complete path name. Otherwise, if both of them are class file, Java file, and image, both of them are there in the same uh, file, then this is enough. Okay, we'll see that how it works. You can see here here it is an image that is present here. Okay. That image is on see here. So this is the image. This image is present. Okay. This is how we can do that. So remaining things we'll present it in the next session. Thank you.